From Pele to Maradona to Cristiano Ronaldo. Today I'll be reacting to the most emotional moments in football, starting with Pele.
From Pele's emotional funeral.
In only his second day in office, the new Brazilian president came to pay his respects to the man who'd given so much to his country. Pele's last fixture was a private
That's how you know he's a legend. Look, the whole country almost is outside, man, with the cars and everything. Wow.
Last fixture was a private family funeral at the world's tallest vertical cemetery.
Wow, man, that was his cemetery.
Vertical cemetery.
Wow. Alright guys, the next on the list is Cristiano Ronaldo.
Cristiano Ronaldo and his family.
Wow, yeah.
On April 18th, 2022, Cristiano Ronaldo made one of the most heartbreaking posts ever. It read, "It is with the deepest sadness we have to..."
Oh, this is when Cristiano Ronaldo was expecting twins, a baby boy and a baby girl. But unfortunately,
to announce that our baby boy has passed away.
Didn't make it.
Only the birth of our baby girl gives us the strength to live this moment with some hope and happiness. Our baby boy, you are our angel.
Wow.
We will always love you. Post confirmed that Ronaldo and his partner Georgina...
Did you guys know Cristiano was going through it? I don't know, maybe some of you guys are not up to date with Cristiano's life, you know? You guys are more into his player life, what he does on the field.
Had lost one of their newborn twins.
This is with me. It's something that I want to hold for the rest of my life.
Oh.
And pass through in that moment was probably the most difficult moment that I had in my life, me and my family especially.
True.
The entire football family poured out their tributes and love to the Ronaldo family, wishing him peace and strength in that difficult time.
Wow.
The next day, Manchester United went to Liverpool for a Premier League match at Anfield. In the 7th minute of the game...
You see, this is respect in football. Literally, the fans at the Anfield, Liverpool, they're literally at the 7th minute. Look,
the entire crowd gave an ovation to Cristiano Ronaldo, who was at home grieving.
Look, one.
This is a great
wow.
Where Anfield rises in support of Cristiano
Ronaldo. Wow. They're all supporting Cristiano. Mind you guys, these are the away team, you know. They're Liverpool, not from Manchester United where Ronaldo plays. But wow, it's all about respect. Wow, what a beautiful moment.
And that is what has happened to Cristiano Ronaldo. And that's a wonderful moment of support for our number 7 with a minute's applause.
Wow.
Considering the rivalry between Liverpool and Manchester United, this was an emotional tribute. As the words, "You'll never walk alone."
Wow, you'll never walk alone, the Liverpool coat, and they have the Ronaldo jersey. Wow.
Echoed throughout the stadium. It reminded us of how football is the one thing that connects us all together.
True. You guys know this guy? Bradley? May he rest in peace. I used to see him a lot on Instagram, like a lot.
Football fan that brought everyone to tears.
I think he was suffering from cancer.
Very sad news. You'll all remember Bradley Lowery, who was the Sunderland fan, who was a mascot for Sunderland quite a few times last season. We know that he was best friends.
Just look at that smile.
Jermaine Defoe. We saw Jermaine Defoe break down in his news conference at Bournemouth yesterday because Bradley's condition was deteriorating. He suffered from neuroblastoma.
Give him 2 minutes, yeah?
Oh. He was getting emotional.
But it's just, it's difficult, and I suppose it puts stuff into perspective. I mean, there's not a day that goes past where, where I don't wake up in the morning and
Cancer
sort of,
has no colors.
Or think about little Bradley, because his love's genuine, and I can see it in his eyes when he looks at me.
Well, just look at that smile and beautiful.
So it's just, it's special, so yeah.
Listening to that is just heartbreaking, but it also reminds us to make as good memories as we can with our loved ones.
True.
Because one moment they're here, and the next second they might be gone.
Alright guys, next on the list is Lionel Messi. When he was about to leave Barcelona, talking on the press conference in which he stayed 20 years on the same team.
But it's all because this press conference was the toughest thing Messi had ever been through. Here's where Messi was gonna make things official that after nearly 2 decades of being with his Barcelona club, he was being forced to leave.
Messi came to Barcelona when he was just a little kid. They also helped him with his career. You know, he had a growth syndrome that he can't grow, and Barcelona actually paid for all the medical, and that helped him to become a professional footballer.
He was being forced to leave.
Oh, he was forced to leave? I didn't even know that.
So obviously Messi's emotions leaked all over the internet.
Was it because of his age?
Which is why his wife handed him a tissue that he used over and over and over again. Eventually though, he made it through. But little did he know that tissue was gonna make so many headlines.
Tissue?
Turned out, a man who was there watching Messi's emotional interviews somehow managed to get the tear-soaked tissue, then posted it for sale.
$1 million? Messi's tissue goes for $1 million?
On eBay asking for $1 million. What's even crazier is that the man claimed it was,
I don't know, man. I might frame that on my wall, you know? A tissue?
Worth that much?
$1 million?
All because it had Messi's genetics
That's more expensive than a Lamborghini.
on it, which could be used to clone a legendary player like himself in the future. Dude was tripping for that, but one of Messi's biggest fans, who was also a model, actually bid over $800,000 just because she planned on posing naked with the tissue. Now, I'm not gonna act like I wasn't trying to see that.
Ooh, my man. Yo, whoa, what did he just said? He's trying to see that.
It's still definitely gross though, and proves these girls will do anything for clout.
Alright guys, next on the list is Diego Maradona.
Watch legends like Maradona, who passed away in 2020. For many football fans,
Man, that's the best Argentinian player, man. Arguably the best player ever. Him and Lionel Messi. You didn't hear that from me though, because I like Ronaldo.
across the world, especially Argentines, Diego Maradona wasn't just a footballer, he was a god who came to live among us men.
Bro, this goal was so iconic, man. He literally scored it with his hand. Wow. Wow.
His skills and his talent were only matched by his love for the fun side of life.
Ronaldo,
So when he died,
Maradona.
millions of fans were plunged into mourning. When he was alive, maybe one thing he loved above everything else was his daughter.
He was a family
Since she
man,
was
man.
a child, they would play together and watch football matches together.
That must be so
Especially matches that
heartbreaking for the
involved his
daughter.
beloved Boca Juniors. So when they dedicated a goal to her father after he died, she just had to
Wow, they're all wearing Maradona.
cry it all out.
Wow. Gracias, thank you. Alright guys, now what you're about to hear is one of the saddest stories in football. Reason why accidentally getting an own goal can cost you your life.
Let's kick things off with the most disturbing story in Colombian
This
football.
is very disturbing.
You're looking at the own
Be ready
goal
for the
that
hype.
knocked Colombia out of the 1994 World Cup. But what seemed like an unfortunate mistake turned out to be the last time Andres Escobar kicked a ball before he lost his life on the streets of Colombia.
Wow. They literally
After losing their
Damn, man, they gunned my man down for an own goal.
opening round game of the 1994
Wow.
World Cup to Romania.
Like, why would someone score an own goal on purpose on World Cup? Doesn't make sense, you know? It's a mistake. You see it all the time, like players scoring an own goal.
Andres Escobar led out his Colombian teammates, hoping to turn things around against tournament hosts USA.
It's against the USA.
But catastrophe struck when John Hark's cross flew into the Colombian box.
Ooh.
Escobar stretched out to block the ball, only for it to tragically bounce into the net.
Ooh. Bro, look at that face. Obviously, it's something
Things
like
got
he
even
regrets,
worse
you
in
know,
the
he
second
didn't go
half
for
as
first.
the USA doubled their lead through Ernie Stewart.
Wow.
Despite
So
all
now
their
they're
efforts
losing
to
by
salvage
2-0
something, Colombia lost the match 2-1.
Ooh.
Having lost their opening two games, the Colombians entered the final group match hoping for a miracle to make it into the next round. But despite winning 2-0 against Switzerland, it didn't count for anything. They were eliminated from the
Ooh,
competition.
they won against Switzerland.
After the
but
match, Escobar told
they were still
reporters,
eliminated.
life does not end here.
We have
A
to
statement that almost predicted his future.
go. Wow.
With the hopes of Colombian fans dashed, Escobar became the most hated footballer in his country.
Oh my
Many
God.
attributed the nation's exit
I hate
to
him
the
that
own
much.
goal
Literally, man, it was a mistake. It was a mistake.
he allowed against the USA. While most
So they're saying if it wasn't for that own goal, they would have qualified?
fans only hurled insults, there was a group of fans that took this hatred
Wow.
to a very dark place. Instead of going to his brother's place in Miami,
Wow, some fans
Escobar
are
opted
just
to go back to home Colombia,
crazy.
even telling his sister, "I want to go to Colombia and show my face."
Wow.
5 days after their elimination from the World Cup, Escobar took his friends out to a club in Medellin.
Wow, he's now in Colombia. And you guys know how Colombia back then.
After having a good time with his
Forget about
friends,
it. Colombia?
Escobar sat in
Too
the car
dangerous.
waiting for him, when suddenly two men pulled up next to his
Ooh.
car and at him 6 times.
Oh my God. Unbelievable.
He was rushed to the hospital, but after 45 minutes, he was declared dead.
Wow.
de vergüenza. Una ciudad que obsesionistas que gritaban gracias por el autogol.
You see?
Tenía todo.
You see what they said?
Una ciudad que obsesionistas
Murderers after each shots
gritaban
at him.
gracias
Thanks
por
for
el
the own
autogol.
goal.
Tenía toda una
And he
vida
had
por
his whole life
delante.
ahead of him.
120,000
Wow,
fans gathered for his funeral,
wow.
all traumatized because Escobar's life was
This
cut
is
so
so
short.
traumatizing, guys. Alright, guys, next on the list, one of the biggest Man City fans Millie Rose, just a little girl.
Rose. And as you can see, she was always supporting Man City, especially their star player Phil Foden. Until out of nowhere, she was rushed to the hospital and forced into an emergency surgery. Doctors realized she was suffering from a serious condition where an infection was causing all of her organs to completely shut down. And unfortunately, they couldn't save her. So news broke that she passed away. The innocent little girl was only 6 years old. So when Man City's club heard the news, they not only announced that their next game was in her honor, at the 6th minute, they held a round of applause for her.
Round of applause.
And as emotional as that was, the biggest moment of the day came when her favorite player, Phil, knew he had to personally show her his appreciation by doing this.
Wow, Phil Foden's gonna score. I'm gonna pay tribute to Millie Rose.
One of the best of the season. Phil Foden drifted in from the right-hand side.
Now, after scoring an insane goal that he knew even Millie would be proud of, Phil celebrated with his squad, then pointed to the sky and kissed his hands. Then after the match, Phil made things official by posting pics of the moment for millions of people to see, just so he could say, that one was for you, Millie Rose. Man, you gotta respect Phil for that. But one of football's most heartbreaking things to ever happen is when a helicopter took off from this football stadium and crashed.
How come most athletes, like, man, I'm just convinced at this point, man, I'm not using a helicopter to get around. What happened to Kobe, and now what we're gonna watch. Just stay away from helicopters.
When a helicopter took off from this football stadium
just stay from helicopters.
Crashed.
And literally, man, that was too fast. It was literally from the football
took
stadium,
off from this football
and then look,
stadium
when it just flew,
and crashed.
That was too fast. They even cut the thing on camera. That was too fast.
The moment right there led to news that shocked the world.
The BBC has been told the owner of Leicester City Football Club was on board the helicopter that crashed and burst into flames just minutes after taking off from the King Power Stadium last night.
It turned out, as the team's owner was leaving the stadium, everything was going smoothly until the helicopter got slightly above the top of the roof. A piece of the helicopter called the control shaft, which keeps the helicopter balanced, completely broke and caused it to spiral out of control until it crashed. The scene was brutal, and everybody on board, including the owner, 2 members of his staff, and 2 pilots, were all killed. This wasn't a moment that fans wanted the world to ever.
I just have a trauma from helicopters now, I swear.
So they showed their support for the victims by placing memorials for them outside the stadium, and some even got emotional when they talked about the tragedy.
It's just terrible because they're such nice people, really genuine, humble people that care for the community, for the club, and the people. It's just terrible.
Just thoughts of everybody on board, you know, the pilots, the family, everybody.
Nobody
it's just
made it.
The thoughts for them and their families, really, first thing.
Now, you could just tell in their voices how devastated they felt about the situation. It wasn't just the fans who were affected by it.
Those were the emotional fans. Imagine their family members, their own family members.
Leicester's star player, Jamie Vardy, he couldn't help but cry when he dropped flowers off at the memorial. Then the entire organization did something special at their next game by raising banners in the crowd, showing an emotional tribute on the big screen where fans were tearing up, and they even had a moment of silence.
Wow.
So of course all the players were crying before the match, but everything kind of turned out exactly what the fans hoped for. When a Leicester player scored their only goal, he honored the owner during his celebration.
Wow. 55 on the clock! And how much does this goal mean?
What does his shirt say? For the, I think that's the owner.
Leicester City Football Club!
And this finally gave everybody a reason to smile, cause it also led to their squad winning. Things were still emotional though. Especially afterwards when everybody hopped on a plane to fly 6,000 miles to their owner's birthplace in Bangkok for his funeral.
Actually went to
so obviously, here's where things got extra emotional as the players all hugged the owner's son and surrounded the situation.
Oh, that's beautiful. Alright guys, next on the list is Kevin De Bruyne. This is actually a sad story because, well, his foster parents abandoned him.
What started off as a childhood tragedy for Kevin De Bruyne is actually the only reason he was motivated to become one of the biggest football stars in the world. Kevin was just a kid who grew up playing football and dreamed of going pro. Problem was that this small city of Belgium is where he lived, and since it wasn't anywhere close to big-name football programs that would help him accomplish his goal,
wasn't really
he was kind of forced to make a tough decision that eventually became one of the most heartbreaking things a kid could deal with.
Well, I moved away.
He had to leave from his parents.
First year I was in that big school where you sleep overnight with every people, and then luckily the second year I went to foster parents.
Wow,
I thought everything went alright. In the end of the year, I'm fine. People never had to go to school for problems, discipline. I'm fine. The year is over. I say goodbye to the foster parents,
and now
he's going to visit his parents were like sad, crying, and I'm like, what's wrong? The foster parents don't want you to come back anymore.
Wow.
I'm like, why?
So he sacrificed to leave from Belgium because there wasn't any major football clubs, to go somewhere else, to live with foster parents, and now the foster parents don't even want him. Like, Kevin De Bruyne is not, I don't think he was a bad kid.
Of who you are. I'm like,
what do you mean who you are?
What? Yeah, you're difficult to handle, you're very quiet.
Wow.
The kids who were there.
Wow. So being quiet is considered difficult and weird.
Very difficult to interact. They just find you difficult. Yeah, so it's not nice to hear, because in the end, I'm just
don't want him.
Quiet person, shy person, and that's been given to me as difficult. So in the end, you're like,
wow.
I was going to my last year of school, so turning 17, and I was going to the second team of Genk. And I said to my parents, in two months' time, I will be in the first team. And after 1 month of preparation, I'm in the first team. Conversation, I think, beginning of the season, somewhere in August, with the mother. The mother came there because obviously she had the other people coming there. And she started to explain, yeah, but we wanted you to go to the boarding school, and then in the weekend you can come.
Oh, so they try to like tell him go to boarding school. Boarding school is where you actually go to school and sleep there too, you know? So they don't want you back to the foster house.
Said at that time, I'm like, you don't want me, I don't care. I don't care about you guys anymore.
He said, I don't care about you guys anymore?
I was nice to you. You didn't have the decency to say it. I'm 17 years old, I will say it to your face, I don't like you anymore.
Wow. From that point on, it kind of seemed like Kevin was not only sacrificing, but going harder than ever just to prove to that family
what a great motivation.
They messed up by giving up on it. The motivation definitely helped though, because Kevin eventually made his way to one of the most famous clubs in the world, Man City, where he not only became a great player, what he started accomplishing had the whole world learning his name. He became a Player of the Year 2 times. He started setting football records.
Wow.
Little bit of space out wide for De Bruyne.
Kevin De Bruyne
now with a bending cross. Haaland! 1-0 City.
I actually love playing on FIFA
gets his 100th Premier League assist. Of course he does.
Scoring crazy goals.
Onto De Bruyne. Shooting chance.
What a beautiful.
What a strike.
Mans was winning more tournament trophies than I can even count, and he eventually became so great. He finished 3rd in Ballon d'Or voting, which meant he was officially one of the best football players on the entire planet. Just
wow. Almost got a Ballon d'Or. Alright guys, next on the list, the man, the myth, the legend, Ibrahimovic.
Just honestly, take a look at Zlatan.
Look at Ibrahimovic, man. He looks like a beast. I always heard stories of Zlatan Ibrahimovic beating other players, you know?
Ibrahimovic, man.
So what's the sad story?
You'd never expect a man who's covered in crazy tattoos, works out like he's training to become a gladiator, plays so hard he sometimes injures players, or even films commercials in hell, would ever be vulnerable enough to let the world see him cry. But what happened between him and his AC Milan club made it happen. Ever since Zlatan started playing for them, he was always a fan favorite because of ridiculous plays like these.
Wow. Ooh, what a beautiful goal, Ibrahimovic, man.
And the fact that he helped carry the squad to titles they hadn't seen in a decade.
They also won a title.
What was happening here was more than just football for him.
So what happened?
The area he played in was even more important to him. So he donated hundreds of thousands of his own dollars to help out the community, and was even the face of fundraisers for local hospitals, which helped him raise over $1 million.
Wow.
Everything Zlatan was doing off the field, on the field, for his teammates, and for his fans, made him an AC Milan icon. Eventually though, the time came that all fans were scared of. Zlatan reached an age where it was time to let football go. And that's why AC Milan planned one big special event for his retirement that left an entire stadium emotional.
I'm actually not familiar with this one. Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
As he walked onto their pitch for the last time, fans already started bawling their eyes out. Then when he was presented with a jersey signed by all of his teammates, not only did his wife and hundreds of other fans, like the one with the Zlatan tattoo, start crying, even Zlatan himself just couldn't hold back his tears as he said goodbye.
Wow, wow. Even his own teammates are crying. Thank you all. Zlatan Ibrahimovic. What a player. Alright guys, the next on the list is flexing can get you robbed sometimes, you know? So if you're rich, just stay low-key with it.
What if I told you another football star's most heartbreaking moment came because of some ski-mask criminals?
Wow.
On Instagram, Jack Grealish made an interesting post where the pic itself didn't seem like anything too emotional. It was just him and his dog looking happy as can be.
So what is
Jack
Grealish saying now?
It revealed something horrifying. It revealed that criminals had their eye on Jack for a while. Because there's been plenty of pictures of him floating around.
You see? It's because he's flexing. You see this diamond ring, this I don't know watch. This watch is like what, 100,000?
The internet flexing some of the most expensive watches in the world. Patek's, Rolexes, pretty much in any single pic you see of him, he's got something valuable on his wrist.
And no security. Do you guys think he has security?
Single pic you see of him, he's got something valuable on his wrist, which is why his entire collection was worth over $1 million.
But he also
That's only the first thing the criminals noticed. Jack made even more headlines when he upgraded to a brand new mega mansion. And this place wasn't just ridiculous already. Jack had planned to renovate it to make it even crazier, so the blueprints of the ins and outs of the crib got leaked. And that's why the criminals had no problem tracking down its exact location in England, where they—
Bro, England, man. If you got money, I think just stay low-key, you know? It's not as safe as Dubai, you know? England, man, I would rather live in a trailer.
They planned the strike. December 27th, 2023 was the day. All because they knew Jack would be away, playing a football match against Everton. While he was on the field, the criminals pulled into Jack's neighborhood, broke inside, and even though it set off all the alarms, they fled the scene with his entire $1 million watch collection.
They were successful in robbing his whole collection?
Police rushed to the scene, a helicopter flew over the area, and the situation turned into an all-out investigation. But even though all that made the story go viral enough to make its way all over the news, somehow the criminals got away, and there were no leads.
The police did not even succeed by catching the suspects,
No leads. So all Jack could really do was make a devastating Instagram post where he said, I can't begin to explain how devastated I am over the burglary that took place in my home a few days ago. This has been a traumatic experience for all of us, and I'm just grateful that nobody was hurt. I've had so many amazing experiences and achievements over the last 12 months, but to be honest, the best year of my life in football now doesn't even feel like something I can celebrate. The people that commit these terrible crimes have no idea the damage they cause to people's lives. I just hope they are found and brought to justice.
I mean, let's not over-exaggerate the things. Yeah, thank God nobody got hurt. They sold all of his stuff, but let's not forget, man. Jack Grealish plays for Manchester City. That means he got money, man. He's rich.
So no other family has to go through it.
So I don't think that's...
Man, shout out to Jack for staying strong. But listen.
Shout out to him for staying strong. Alright guys, this is the end of the video. Thank you all for watching. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.